How many times have you gone into a store or somewhere to buy something and the salesperson comes up to you and says, hey, what are you doing? Or how are you? What can I do for you? And you say, I'm just looking. And the reality is that you have every intention on buying something, probably a lot. So what I'm gonna go over today is the sales cycle, so you understand anytime you come into contact with somebody, and these are the most likely scenarios in real estate, at where you're at in the sales cycle and what's next. Like, what is the next thing you need to do to get all the way to getting a home under contract. So before I keep going any further, you know the drill. If you get something out of this, if you like it, if it helps you get a deal, if it has an aha moment, light bulb goes off, literally anything, like, subscribe, share, send it to another agent that you know. I put all of my real estate content, all of my sales stuff on YouTube for free because I was a broke real estate agent and I don't want you to be broke because it sucks and it's way better when you're not. I went from selling literally a home every other month at best to selling more than a home a day, and these are all the strategies that I've used. So going over the sales cycle, first things first, step one, get contact info. So this is like the most basic form of sales, is that when you are out and about, open houses, you're talking to people, you meet someone at a restaurant, you see an old friend you haven't connected with in a while, like, doesn't matter what it is. First step is get contact info. Second step is active communication. Now we call this where you sending documents back and forth, emails, sending listings, talking about pre-qualification, just some way where you're going back and forth, and usually it's back and forth of some type of value to the client. Okay, so getting active communication. Remember, you can only do that if you get the contact info. Get in-person appointments. So this is where a lot of agents mess this up. Like, I'm not saying that there aren't situations where it just doesn't make sense to meet yet, because that does happen, but like with buyers especially. Now women take this is men and women, but I'm just saying, be safe, right? Like, you don't want to just go meet people at homes randomly, you don't know them, like, I get all that. So be safe, always cautious, vet people. But in terms of conversion on a buyer, like getting into this whole battle on pre-qualification and this and that and the other, like sometimes you just need to go show them a house. Like, just take them to the house, get the appointment, then do all that stuff there. A lot of times I see agents making a mistake, like they put too many barriers. The buyer wants a house. So take them to the house, then do all the shit they don't want to do, right? Which is not saying they don't want to do it, but it's just not as glamorous as seeing the house. So especially when a buyer gets in contact with you about a house, like, get the in-person appointment, or on the seller side, get the listing appointment. Like, even if they're still a year out, come see the house, they're 6 months, like, you just want to get in person. We all know that deals are done face to face. Last is get the relationship. So earning their trust, and you become their agent. This is important because once you're in person, this is where you find commonality. This is where you build rapport. This is where you show them, your expertise in the market, your expertise in the industry. It's just your time to shine. It's your job. It's your time to do things for them, right? Like, don't even lead to a commission. Like, whatever you need help with, I'm just your resource. This is where you earn their trust. So showing up, being consistent, being professional, like really showing that you care about the outcome for them. This is how you earn people's trust. And then get a home under contract is next. So what's interesting about this, and the reason I bring it up, is because what you can do in your business is just look at where are you finding people in the sales cycle. So question for you, if you found somebody, you met someone at an open house, where are they at in the sales cycle? Well, looking at this, if you don't get their contact info, it's pretty much useless, right? So open houses, you're at stage one. Like, you have a lot of work to be done, okay? There's a lot of steps to get this stuff done. But let's just say that this is someone in your sphere of influence. Somebody that already knows, likes, and trusts you. That person is really gonna fall in number 5 because you already have the relationship. If they're talking to you about real estate, they trust you for some reason. Now you just got to get a home under contract. So like that right there shows you the power of referrals and SOI. Where when you have an SOI lead, you get to start at the last step of the sales cycle Whereas an open house lead, you get to start at the first step. If you're running PPC, right, get contact info. If you're running, if you got Zillow Nurture or you have Zillow Premier Agent, get the in-person appointment, right? Because you get the contact info, but now you get on the phone and you got to set the appointment, right? So this is other lead generation sources too. If you have Zillow Connection, the appointment's already set. You just have to go meet them in person and earn their trust. But what happens is that if you go through your business, and especially if you have a team or even a small team or you mentor agents, this is a great way to audit what is my process to doing this or doing that, and knowing where your clients are at in this process. Because I can guarantee you, every person in your CRM right now, every person you're working with is somewhere in this sales process. And I would argue that 95% of your real estate business is going to come through this order. Now it might start at 3, it might start at 4, hell, it might even start at 5, right? Like this is the best one, but they're all gonna go in this order. So the sooner you understand this, and then you look at each client like this, I mean, you can even use this as a way to phase people out in your CRM to know what stage you're in. But this is how we help our team increase conversion. It's a very high level framework to understand this is my sales cycle as a real estate agent, and these are the processes and steps that I'm gonna have to go through all the way to get the end result, get a home under contract, and have a ton of happy clients.